What's up, y'all? This your man Byrdie, and I'm the owner, co-founder, starter, creator behind the brand KOZI, my brand. You want to create a cozy lifestyle in everything you do. Stay cozy. And I'm here today with Enspire, my man Black, to talk about what inspired me to make KOZI.
What's good, world? We over here cooking some gear for my good guy Byrdie and his brand KOZI. Super dope. So Byrdie, what made you want to start a brand?
Sitting around, man, honestly. I got tired of wearing Adidas, Nikes. No knock to them, but
yeah, for sure.
Being a creative and thinking just a stylish person, I was just sitting back like, buying their things and stuff, seeing how they put stuff together. I was just at a place where I was like, man, the creativity of it.
You wanted to bring your creativity to the world.
Right. And it was really just a crazy idea, honestly, that I just ended up drawing something up. I was like, it's dope. But then seeing it and taking it more serious as it got a little further along, I'm like, I can do this, man. And then it just turned into, I'm gonna make for myself what I need, what I mean, what I want to wear and what I think is cool for myself, right? From a consumer's lens. And then it turned into just see how far I could go, you know what I mean? But really just my childhood, really just seeing a lot of things like that, fashionable things.
Okay.
Just influence, man. Really, if I had to
What's
really.
Some of those influences? What's some of those influences that kind of I don't want to say inspired, because that's kind of like a cliche thing.
right.
With us being here,
right.
But what are some of those brands that did kind of spark those ideas inside you that you were seeing growing up? What you think?
All right, so for me being Maryland, or how like people like to say the DMV area, I don't really consider that. DC, Maryland, and Virginia are three separate states. We're all just region the same, but we all have different culture amongst the three.
Yes. So
me being from here and introducing my flavor to the world, I wanted to express that. It gets real territorial here, being from here, DC. I'm from DC, I'm from Maryland, this, and it's not really about that, but I said that to lead and segue into being from this area. We are a staple in urban streetwear.
Yes.
Material from Jump Street. I create all the designs myself, no AI generated, nothing. You know what I mean? No knock to no one who can't, but this is really my art. You know what I mean? It's something that, like Erica Badu say, excuse my language, but I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit, right? So, but all in all, jokes aside, it's one of these things where being from this area, I will say, for the culture aspect, for people who don't know, clothing from here, like if you were from Suitland, you would probably wear We Are One. Maybe Shooters, not necessarily, because you could have your preferences too, but you mainly wore what was a brick and mortar store closest to the area where you are from. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, that would be the difference if I really had to say, a DC or Maryland or a Virginia. That's why I brought it up earlier. Not necessarily to promote division, because we are all one, we all work together, right? But to explain the culture aspect of it, you know what I mean? I guess I've never really been to LA, but I'm not promoting gang culture and don't really know much of it. But the red, the color thing, right? A red or
it's
blue
more so
thing.
like the section you from,
right?
You rep your section,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So me coming from that aspect of Maryland and the influence was shooters. We Are One, because Steve Francis had the store on Silver Hill Road.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I ran a Suitland way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went to Jackson or Forestville. So you get to see his store.
Yeah.
They go home. You know what I mean? So you'll naturally go to We Are One. But if you live down the street from the Makunu store or by the shooter store, the We Are One store, by the whole store. That's where you kind of, back then, because it wasn't really internet, Instagram, you know what I mean? It was more so what you saw, hands-on,
Kicks and urban culture.
Yes, exactly. And, it was influenced by what we saw outside. So,
you're burning up.
about a year and a half at this moment today. About November 2023.
How the journey been so far?
Up and down, man. If to be real, it's not easy. It's not easy. And not in the sense of the mental aspect that it takes, the mental capacity, the focus, the discipline, the determination of getting something done.
When you say something done, in the aspect of clothing and branding, what does that entail?
Taking an idea from your head, putting it on paper, to making it tangible.
That's what I was thinking.
And and what makes it difficult, because it could be different variety of variables that come in between you and that product getting finished.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
As a new guy on the scene, what's some of those hurdles that you might have experienced?
Financial. Because it's not about a broke thing or having the most money. It's about understanding that every idea costs.
Yes.
Because you're getting in this to be a business. So because you're creative and you're trying to get that idea on paper, once you start moving around and understanding, okay, to make a hoodie, I gotta get the hoodie. I gotta come up with the design. If you're not a creative, I have to pay to get that design made. Yeah. Then after getting that design made, I have to get the design vectorized. I have to get the design put on the garment. Then let's say, hey, for me, another hurdle was lack of knowledge.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just starting from scratch, just taking an idea and running with it. Basically, not understanding that a DTF print, if you got a press machine, might be cheaper than going embroidery.
For the starters.
Yes. If that was a big hurdle, the understanding of, I'm thinking, if you got a press machine, I can just press everything and do it that way and everything is going to last. No, that's not the thing, because, like, again, lack of knowledge, not knowing if the temperature's not right, you'll leave your design, your DTF transfer, you leave it to crack, peel, and then that can deter away customers. You know what I mean? The quality of your clothes don't last. That's one thing I definitely don't want to hear, right? Because we care. But learning curves is really, this is learning curves. Another hurdle can be mental toughness. Is the biggest hurdle.
Mental toughness is probably in every entrepreneur's journey, especially as they start. Just to overcome the hurdles that come about when it's time to create and...
Yeah, I burned myself for real.
It's hot up under there. You got to be careful. Yeah. But the mental hurdles is one of the things, because you got to have that mental fortitude that nothing is going to slow you down or stop you from doing what you're seeking out to do.
And that's easier said than done.
You know what I'm saying?
Because, man, when we're talking about hurdles, man, and, you know, I'll be transparent because I'm starting out. We can't control what happens to us, right, as we're going through this journey, right? So when I say it's a lot easier said, that it's easy for someone to say, oh, keep going, keep doing this, keep doing that, keep doing that, but when you trying to pursue something and you really serious about it, man, you get tapped out, and it's like, dang, I'm sitting here, I done spent my last to try to get this vision done, and I still gotta kick out more. I still gotta do, man, this might not be the right thing. You know what I mean? But you done spent 8-9 months just trying to find the material or get the right design straight, and you finally get to that point and then understand it's a whole nother hurdle that you ain't even see coming.
You know,
you know
what you've been doing in that time, though, within those months, is you kind of been seeding.
Yes,
right? You just planting your seeds.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And I would say to anyone inspiring to do this or anything in business, honestly, the seeding process is how you develop mental toughness, because it's going to come a point where you're going to be trying to do things and you're going to start understanding, okay, I can't get this done today, so what can I do with my time to work towards this goal, right? So once you start doing that, the mental toughness starts to build, because it's like, all right, well, if I can't do this, it's going to take me 2-3 weeks to do that. Ain't no point in worrying about that. But I can go over here and focus on this and take your mind off that 2-week time frame, and then you look up and, dang, I got this done. You know what I mean? So when I say that the mental toughness and that discipline, when that kicks in, you know, opportunity, chance, and everything else falls in place. But you have to get that part straight first. You have to get that part straight first, man. And that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. That is a hard part with everything, man, because it's because like I said, man, it gets challenging to the point where, you know, especially if you never did something before, you like, man, I can't do this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get this done. I don't know nobody, or I'm out here on the whim. Google my friend, YouTube University, you know. But if you're not being instructed or directed to put that energy in the right put it in the right space at the right time, you know, that could be the challenge. And that just, you know, I knew about his Enspire brand. I was actually a consumer, a fan of the brand. Acknowledged his accomplishments and goal that big one with Nike. Okay, you know what I mean. I had to give him his flowers, man, and just pretty much let him know, like, man, I appreciate what you did, because it showed me that it's possible. You know what I mean? And that conversation, when I met him, in a sense, he kind of fanned out and, you know, letting him know, like, hey, I'm doing my thing too. Like, look, you inspired this. You know what I mean? And, you know, we went on about our day, and later on that day, I'm like, dang, I ain't even get bro number or nothing. But, you know, he was actually more cooler than expected, or people probably would perceive. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, he exchanged information. And so he said, I say all that to say, because he said how we get here. So,
you know what I'm saying? You had your gear on.
Right.
And you was telling me you had a brand and things like that. And I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to check you out.
Right.
And when I got back in the car, I went to the page. And when I looked, I'm like, oh, snap. I remember when I first started my brand in the position I was in, and how I was trying to maneuver and things like that.
Right.
And the cool part, you didn't overrun me with questions right then and there about what you was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was more so like, all right, if you say you going to check it out, I'm going to let you
check it out.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So when I did see it, I'm like, dang, this actually dope. Like, the logo fire, you know what I'm saying? The brand name is super cool. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It connects and everything like that. So for me, I'm like, dang, I'ma always try to keep an eye on you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, for one, I know how hard it is to try to build a brand or a clothing line to try to get real traction and real eyes on it to where you like, dang, you mess with my stuff? Right. Cool. Now I got a little bit more confidence to go on and do this and do that. Right. So for me, it's good to meet a guy in the space that's pushing also to where any advice or any knowledge that I have that I can pass on over kind of help. You know, it goes along those lines of reach one, teach one, or each one, teach one. Yeah. You know, that's saying. So if I'm able to help give some game and give some lessons and knowledge that I've learned along the way, why not give it to someone that's up and coming to help them, you know, kind of get to where they trying to go a whole lot faster. So, you know, God been a blessing to me during this whole journey, even with my ups and downs and my hurdles and things like that. But again, it's been a good time. It's been a good time being
You don't speak much, right? So I want to encourage him to say, what inspired? Where does the name come from? And, you know, what is the origin of it all?
It was probably the same things that inspired you, brother. To be honest with you, the hometown brands, the All Days, the Hobos, the Shooters, Extraordinaries. Those are all the brands I was a big fan of in high school. Right. So as I got a little older and I got around other brands like Nike and global brands, I should say. Right. I'm like, dang, I want to start a clothing brand, but I want to kind of put it on a global scale. Right. But still show some love to, you know what I'm saying, the brands that I kind of grew up on. Right. So that's what inspired me at first. Right. I was always a creator. I was doing shirts since my preteen years. But once I had got around Nike and all of those global brands, that's when I started to understand I can build a little bit more with the ideas that I had. And then I just slowly but surely started to build the confidence to create and just throw ideas out there, not knowing if they was gonna work or not. But right. You know, just to develop the confidence to throw my ideas out there. Right. Kind of started, you know, liking the brands as I grew up on and then getting around big business. That's what pretty much inspired me, bro. About the urban wear and the urban brands, and then trying to add my flavor and touch to these schools' uniforms. Right.
I definitely remember French Toast. Just realized Iverson Mall, you had to get 5 shirts.
Man, I'm telling you. Yeah. So think about that as you got a brand, right? How easy it is to see your brand on 5 and 10 different kids if they parent gotta go to the store and get 2 or 3 shirts or something you already created.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And you think of the whole school, that's 2,000 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't never got to wake up a day worrying about somebody wearing your clothes.
Exactly. They got it on 24/7.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure. And see, man, it's funny because I look at my brand as my uniform. In a sense, right? Because we said it off camera, but like you can't expect someone to wear something you're not willing to wear.
Facts.
So you shouldn't see me outside of my brand. So even if it's, you know, oh, he always got on a black hoodie, or he always got on a gray hoodie, it's my brand.
It's my brand, it's my hoodie.
It's my hoodie.
I may run into 15 people who might want this hoodie.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And, you know, I go 15 different places, 15 different people say 15 different. You are your first walking billboard. Understand? I get more people that interact with me personally when they see me. I'm 6'2.5", 170. I look like a little point guard for the Wizards or something, right? You know what I'm saying?
Like Jordan
Poole, right? I probably look like Jordan Poole. And I just seen stuff. I might killing them in the league with the low socks. That would definitely be me.
Yeah, he most definitely rocking a good
That
polo.
would definitely be me, right? That would definitely be me, right?
Good
But
low socks,
got low socks in the league, but definitely look like a little Jordan Poole out here. So, you know, I'm gonna be the first person that's gonna, in my mind, put it together how it's intended to put it together from the creator's mindset.
Yeah.
So if I create a hoodie with a Jordan or Nike shoe in mind, to complement it well with a nice pair of jeans, I can show you the hoodie. You might not have that and be like, I don't like the hoodie. But I put the hoodie on with my jeans and my shoes that it was intended to go with. First thing you're gonna say is, damn, that joint looks sweet. You put that joint together.
Right.
You feel? Let me get that hoodie.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's funny that you say I wanted to design kids' uniforms, and I look at it as I wanted to rep myself. So I, in a sense, I want to just create a form of my uniform. You know what I mean?
Yes,
my expression, KOZI, is based upon.
And I was just about to ask, do you have a definition for KOZI?
My definition, my personal definition, what it was inspired behind was my lifestyle.
Okay.
My personality. I'm a laid back person. I'm not really argumentative. I'm a chill type person. Now, I wouldn't really say soft spoken. I don't have no problem speaking my mind, but I'm not.
Just chill,
chill back, laid back. I'm not a really loud person. You know what I mean? I don't really like a lot of attention. My mother and grandmother called me lazy, right? I'm a hard worker, but they joke called me lazy. So I just really tried to implement something personally about myself that I thought was cool and unique. How I can go and maneuver in rooms, and I'm just always authentically myself. You know what I mean? I'm cozy, comfortable everywhere I go. That's my definition. The brand definition would be literally the definition out of the dictionary. I'm gonna give you a gem to all the fans that I hope to follow me in 10 years and can say, you know, I remember seeing this first interview and he told me, you know, the creative spin, where the definition logo came from. And when I made the definition logo, I put it in the camera while he pressing just for, you know, so I wanted a shorter version, but very direct in an artistic way, explain the brand without having to say too much, right? So I went in the dictionary and, well, first I was looking up synonyms and antonyms of lazy. And I said,
like all creators.
Yeah. And I said the first word.
Funny as all, like all creators, man.
Right. I said, man, the first word that popped out to me that looked sweet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to run with it, right? And all these words came up, and I just looked at one and said comfortable. And I was like, I like that. I'm always, no matter what you're doing in life, you want to be comfortable. You're up, you're down, you're sad, you're happy, you're rich, poor, you whatever, you want to be comfortable. That's what everybody strives to do, and you want to do it comfortably, right? So I was like, all right, comfortable. Well, what is a cool short way that I can say comfortable and get my point across, right?
To the people, what's up with the bear?
Okay, so the bear, the animal, the bear, came about where hibernation. A bear sleeps months at a time. I don't know anything outside to say outside of what's comfortable with. You're the most comfortable when you're sleeping, right? So, you know, if I had to run something that went with the saying, I would definitely do a bear. But unlike myself, I am a man first, just like you are. And man is not really going to bother a man. You're not going to mess with a sleeping bear. So that's how it kind of goes with me. I'm not going to look for any trouble, but I will defend myself and stand my ground. So you come over here messing with me is, you know, like it's not going to be a pushover thing. It's not going to go your way. You know what I mean? And it's in a sense like a like a bear. You know
Like
what I
a sleeping
mean?
bear.
You're not a sleeping bear. They always say don't mess with the sleeping bear. You know what I mean? So again, an artistic pull from my personality and how I see myself. You know what I mean? And once me being a creative, it clicked in my head. I thought, man, let me put this puzzle together. And ironically, I never thought I'd get the platform to explain it, but now that we're here, this dope, man. And yeah, it was intentional design to look at as a whole, to be able to take certain pieces apart and dissect. And when you look at it together, you're like, you know what I mean? But if I was to just show you the definition, you'd be like, oh, that's the meaning of this. You know what I mean? Or the KOZI. Where is KOZI? Well, without the definition, you know, you wouldn't know. Or like on the back, when we say the design, all those are synonyms and antonyms of KOZI.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's where I got the word selection from, literally out the dictionary. You know what I mean? To represent other words. So if you don't understand or try to figure out without asking, what does that say on this shirt? Just read the back. You know what I mean? And another kick that I also thought about was when you put the material on, I want you to feel that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm still at the point where I'm coming from a consumer's mindset. So when I put out clothes, well, when I go buy a Hugo Boss sweatsuit, a Nike sweatsuit, Adidas sweatsuit, an Enspire sweatsuit, it'll be, when I put that thing on, how it make me feel. How does it feel on my back? How does it feel when it touch my skin? Is it soft? Is it warm? Is it cozy? You know what I'm saying? You say it's the brand KOZI, but paper thin, man, it's so uncomfortable. So, you know, I didn't want it to kind of be that. So, again, it's a puzzle. So when you put all that together and you look at it as a whole, that's what attracts you. You know what I mean? Then when you simply ask, well, it's put together well, the craft and shit, like, what do you mean? It mean comfortable. You did all that just to say that? Yes.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, straight to the point. And I got that from marketing researchers. Just
looking up what's going on.
Exactly. So, you know, for instance, counting syllables, Nike, KOZI, they get you to understand. You know, I wanted to, it's intentional.
Short and quick, just stay on your mind.
Exactly. Household name. How can we develop a household name? How can we develop a household brand? How can we be receptive? You know what I'm saying? And I wanted something short, sweet, quick, simple, because I don't want anybody sitting there struggling, trying to understand or trying to figure out what the brand mean. That can kind of throw you off. So, you know, the simple, the better, but the more artistic, the more I make it look complicated. So then that confusion just draws the line and make you want to come talk to me. Then once I tell you, hey, it just been comfortable.
So you basically has it as a conversation starter.
Yeah, all my pieces, anything I've ever thought of, anything I would ever come out with, they're designed in mind to start a conversation. I'm not really trying to give you, I want you to ask me what it is, because that's how I know
you're interested, you're intrigued.
Right. That's how I know I'm doing my job. Because if I'm making something that I think in my brain is dope, it comes out to the certain point to where, to get produced because I think it's cool, but I think it's cool enough I want to see what you think. So once you start, it's definitely I'm going to give you enough to get your eye, but I'm going to leave off enough and not give you enough just so you can come talk and, hey, what's that? What does it mean? And then
figure it out.
Right. And then, you know, sell the brand by being myself, introducing my personality. You know, once you see that I'm a laid back person, it'll all make sense. You know what I mean? So it's
the
really,
true leader of KOZI.
Right, the KOZI one. it's really designed for. I mean, the artistic is designed for the start of conversation. If you don't want to ask me what it is or what it means I didn't do my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something is missing.
Yeah, something is missing. So definitely everything is intentional. Everything is a method to the madness.